Hello, your presentation is not audible.
Very good morning. Very good morning and warm welcome to the webinar organized by Department of Commerce A2 of Nanjal Catholic College of Science, Kaliyakavalai. Today, our webinar is about skill development. There is a proverb, you can cut down a tree with a hammer, but it takes about 30 days. If you trade the hammer for an axe, you can cut it down in about 30 minutes. The difference between the 30 days and 30 minutes is skills. Today, we got an opportunity to know more and more about skill development. Now, I request Mr. Godwin Prince, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Nanjal Catholic College of Arts and Science, Kaliyakavalai, to welcome this gathering.
A very pleasant morning. The Department of that skill development make the part a step forward to success. A skill we all know that listening, speaking, reading, and writing are the most basic and important. Along with these technical skills, communication skills, problem logical skills, etc. are added now to make a person a skillful person. On behalf of each and every one in this meeting, I would like to introduce the eminent personality, Dr. J. Stephen Davis is an assistant professor, teaching and research from Cambridge University. He has 30 years of teaching experience and is a highly talented. He is a very right in the topic. I welcome you, sir.
Yes,
Next, I would like to bring and correspondent TCF, a very a very good a high cost can understand. I welcome you. It's my privilege to welcome Dr. Meenakshi webinar. Very simple and humble person, also known as the University of Knowledge. He is a very simple person who always about our knowledge. Not only that, always he is thinking overall developing students, teaching and non-teaching staff. I welcome you, sir. Then I am almightiest and this webinar is going to be a very and wonderful for all of us. Again, I welcome you on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I call upon Dr. Ashobha Rani, HOD Department of Commerce A2 to
Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. Hard skills make you qualified for a job. Soft skills help you to write a resume and to interview to get the job. A pleasant good morning and a warm welcome to you all. Now it is the time of introducing today's resource person, Dr. J. Stephen Davis. He is a very dynamic and highly service-oriented person. He is very simple and humble person. At present, he is working in Kamarajar Government Arts College, Surandai. He got 31 years teaching experience and also 1 year principal in Annai Velanganni College, Tolaivattam. He was published 12 research papers and he was organized 5 seminars. He was attended in 15 national and international seminars. He was acted as 2013 to 2016, 3 years, MS University Senate member. Is under one candidate PhD awarded and 2 candidates are doing PhD. He published one book. He is a person of high knowledge and experience who has enlightened the lives of many young aspirants. He is come to give his valuable ideas on this webinar. I welcome him and request him to take over the session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Shall I go for my session or somebody has to speak? Somebody want to speak or shall I go?
Okay, okay.
Okay, sir, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you. Yes, respected Reverend Father Reckermans Michael, Secretary and Correspondent of this eminent institution, and esteemed Principal Dr. Meenakshi Soundararajan, and eminent HOD Dr. Shobha Rani, and learned faculty members Dr. Sahai Eugene Mary, Dr. Anita Jose, Mr. Godwin Prince, and all the participants of this webinar. I extend my sincere gratitude to you all for given me an opportunity to present this in this webinar. Okay. At an outset, first I say, India is one of the largest country having youth population in the world. When you compare all the other countries with India, India is one among the countries having more number of youth population. The entire world is eyeing on India as a source of skilled manpower. What they expect is not the manpower, but the skilled manpower. So I would like to make you become a skilled person via this webinar. And in this webinar consists of 3 parts. The first part consisting of an introductory section, that is what is knowledge, what is skill, how the knowledge differ from skill, and what are the types of skill, that is soft skill and hard skill. So this is an introductory part of this webinar. Second, I would like to present the various soft skills available and how you can get yourself acquainted with this soft skill. And the third part of the seminar is what are the various hard skill short-term courses which are available, and through that you can become very thorough in the hard skill, and where you can get the hard skill training, and what are the various training centers. All these I will tell you in the third session. So all these sessions I will finish it within 1 hour because the prescribed time is 1 hour. Okay, now let me explain the difference between the knowledge and skill. What is knowledge and what is skill? The factual information you know, that is the acquired through observation and study. What your teachers say in the school, you can learn, and what other professors say in the college, you are learning. So you are gathering certain factual information. Say if your teacher say debit what comes in and credit what goes out, you are writing the debit what comes in and the credit what goes out. It is a factual information you are getting. This is acquired through observation and study. That is the information which is just transferred from one person to another person. So all this factual information is knowledge. But what is skill? The ability to apply the knowledge in the specific situation is skill. You see, as in my previous example, that is, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So if you are appointed as an accountant in a bank or in a private sector or a company, you are applying the knowledge which you have studied in the classroom into the practical point of view. That is skill. So the skill development, unless otherwise you are having skill, you cannot succeed in the life. Knowledge alone cannot help. In no way the knowledge helps, because only the factual information. But how to apply that factual information into the life or in various situations is known as skill. So I can explain it with an example. Do you know the difference between an engineer and an engineering graduate? Any one of you tell. Do you know the difference between an engineer and an engineering graduate? Just like what I said earlier, an engineering graduate studies something about this engineering knowledge. That is, sometimes he may study some formula, or sometimes he may study some theory or rules and regulations alone. But the engineering graduate is not a person, and that is, the engineer is not an engineering graduate. So that is, if a person he himself of operating a machine or doing or installing a machine, he is an engineer, not an engineering graduate. Engineering graduate studies something. This part has to be put first, and that part has to be put second. In such a way, he studies theoretically, but he doesn't know practically. So an engineer is entirely different from an engineering graduate. Therefore, if a knowledge is converted into skill, then only he becomes an engineer. The person who studies 4.5 years of degree courses by getting a degree from a college or a university cannot become an engineer. Like that. Do you know the difference between a chemist and a chemistry graduate? A chemistry graduate, after completing 3 years of study, he will become a chemistry graduate. But he applies his knowledge of chemistry into practice, then he will be a chemist. He has to apply his knowledge of chemistry in labs or in some chemical industries or in the practical situation, then he is a chemist. Like that in our subject, in accountants. A commerce graduate is different from an accountant, and a marketing graduate is different from a digital marketer or digital marketer. So how many of you we are doing our skill which you have studied in the classroom, in the college? That is very important. But I am proud of many of my students, because those who have studied accountancy are now they are acting as an accountant in various institutions, and studied income tax as a paper, are now having a separate income tax practice offices there. And one boy who studied 5 years back, now he has got an office for GST calculations. So many clients he has got. So they are applying their accounting knowledge or GST knowledge or the income tax knowledge into practice. So that is skill. So that's the difference between the knowledge and skill. Now let me explain the types of skill. The knowledge of skill, knowledge and skill, I think you understand the difference. Now, the skill itself has got two types. One is soft skill, another one is hard skill. Now let me explain these two skills with some examples. So what is a soft skill? So I would like to present it with a PPT. So also all of you please look at the PPT. Okay. You see, types of skill. First one is soft skill. So what is it? It is a cluster of personal qualities, habits, attitudes, and social graces that make someone a good employee and compatible to work with. A cluster. What do you mean by cluster? Cluster means a group having many. So cluster of personal qualities, habits, and attitudes, and social graces. Qualities you know, habits you know. What is social graces? Social graces are some skills used to interact politely in the social situation. Examples of manners and etiquettes. So I will explain it with the detail, all the what are the manners and what are the etiquettes which are needed for a soft skill. So a cluster of personal qualities, habits, attitudes, and social graces that make someone a good employee and compatible to work with. Compatible means inakamana, that is existing together. You're making a good harmony among them. So what are the qualities, or what are the habits, or what are the attitudes, or what are the social graces that make someone a good employee, or to make someone a compatible man to work with, is known as soft skill. So while explaining this soft skill, I would like to give an example. Actually, this is not an example. This has happened in a college where I was working previously. Before I got transferred from some other college to this Fronday college, two of my PG students went for an interview. This is what actually happens. One boy has got 90%, more than 80% of marks in his subjects, and very brilliant boy. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the soft skills such as good communication skill, then skill of that is group discussion, and other leadership qualities, etc. And another boy from the same class went for the same interview. That boy has got an average mark, just 50 to 55% in that mark. But he has attended so many soft skill courses. Very good personality, very good communication skill, very good leadership quality, and he has a good social graces, and his manners, and everything was fine. Both the candidates attended the interview, and the employer ultimately selected the second boy, even though the first man got the high percentage of marks and brilliant, etc., etc. For the elocution competition and for the writing competition also, the first boy got the prizes. But he doesn't have the social graces and doesn't have that personal qualities, that is soft skill qualities. Therefore, the interviewer select the second boy. From that, what you understand is the soft skills are very much needed for a person to get an employment also. Then what is hard skill? Hard skill is that is a learned ability or the technical skill acquired through practice or education or repetition. So when you are getting a degree or when you are learning something from the college, that is just a hard skill. That is a learned ability or the technical skill. Or it is just acquired through practice. But soft skills are very much needed in order to face an interview. Therefore, this is with that introduction, let me start my second session, that is the soft skill. After that, we will go for the what are the hard skill trainings available and where you can get the training and what are the sources of getting finance. All these things we will go in the third session. Now let us see the second session. What are the various types of soft skills? So in this PPT, first I have given some 7 soft skills that is known as the interpersonal abilities. So all of you, am I audible? All of you listening? Hello? Hello? Is it audible? Hello? First one is interpersonal attributes. The interpersonal
Sir, we
attributes
are
consist.
able to hear, sir. We are able to hear. There is no problem.
Okay. Because what I asked is no sound comes from the audience. That's why I am asking. Okay, let me continue. Okay, the interpersonal qualities or the interpersonal attributes consisting of empathy, leadership, communication, teamwork, good manners, ability to teach, and self-confidence. Let me explain with one by one. First one is what is the interpersonal attributes? This is how to make a good relationship between person to person. That is very much needed. Every workplace, the very important things to be followed is an interpersonal approach. That is interpersonal quality or interpersonal attribute. How to behave in a very good manner among the colleagues or among the friends or among the superior and subordinates. That is these interpersonal attributes. The interpersonal attributes can be studied under 7 heads. There is empathy, leadership, communication, teamwork, good manners, ability to teach, and self-confidence. Then what is empathy? Empathy is something different from sympathy. Actually, first let me explain the sympathy. That is the common word, everybody knows it. So sympathy is the feeling that is a feeling of feeling sorrowful about someone's misfortune, or it is the ability to take part in someone else's misfortune. If somebody has some misfortunes, if you are feeling sorrowful about that misfortune, that is what is known as sympathy. But empathy is not like that. Empathy is the ability to understand other people's feeling as if we were in such a situation. If we were in such a situation, what would be our feeling? So in such a way, we have to look upon others. That's a good soft skill needed for an interpersonal relationship. The first very important soft skill needed for an interpersonal relationship is feeling empathetic. Empathy means the ability to understand other people's feelings as if we were in such a situation. And the second one is leadership. Leadership that everybody knows, the skills that you can use when organizing other people to reach a specific goal. In order to reach a specific goal, the man who leads the team has to definitely organize others. The ability to organize other people is known as the leadership quality. There are leadership skill. So many qualities for a good leader. that you might have studied in the business principles of management paper. Even though some of the important qualities needed for a good leader is decisiveness, integrity, team building, problem solving, creativity, getting feedback from these followers, etc. So a good leader has followers. That is very, very important. The followers means that is not come out from coercion or some undue influence. The followers has to come automatically. Because if the person is having a good leadership quality, automatically the followers will come, and whatever the leader tells, they will do. So that much of good quality, a good leadership quality is needed for a person to get an interpersonal attributes. So that's a leadership quality. And communication. Communication is very, very, very important. I would like to explain communication skill with some examples, because fortunately or unfortunately, that I don't know, nowadays English becomes a major language, plays a pivotal role in communication throughout the world. We can say English as a window language and our mother tongue as a door language. A window language is a language which we can see throughout the world, but we cannot accept a person through our window. We can go, we can see, but we cannot give place inside. But our mother tongue is not like that. There is a difference between the housemaid and the mother. We have to give importance to the mother. Sometimes the food may not be tasty, the food cooked by a mother. But the housemaid cooks better than mother, but we cannot give equal importance to the housemaid as of a mother. Just like the same, when a housemaid gets food somewhat tasty, we can use English as a language for getting employment alone. But we never forget the Tamil or our mother tongue. Even you have to give priority to mother tongue. At the same time, we use English as a language for communication. So in the communication, the three things are very, very important in order to become more or a good communicator in English. All the students, you note these 3 points, very, very important 3 points. One is, do not need to think what others might say. Don't need to think what others might say. அடுத்தவன் என்ன சொல்றான்னு நீ நினைக்க கூடாது. You keep on speak something. You keep on speak in English. Don't think that what others might say or what others say. Forget. Second thing is, you need to make mistake. Definitely you need to make mistake. கட்டாயம் நீங்க தப்பு போடணும். இங்கிலீஷ்ல மிஸ்டேக் போட்டு ஆகணும். And third thing is, you need to speak every day. ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் பேசிட்டு இருக்கணும். So if you follow these 3 things, definitely you will be a good communicator, and you will get a place throughout the world, and you can get a good employment. So unless otherwise you having this communication quality or this soft skill of communication, you never succeed in a big position, but come up in a good position. You take for example Jack Ma. Do you know Jack Ma? Who is Jack Ma? Anybody? Jack Ma is a founder of Alibaba. In his autobiography, Jack Ma said, in order to develop his communication skill, that is English speaking skill, what he did was, every day he rode his two-wheeler to every lodges in Japan, because Japan in their mother tongue is something, not some other language, not English. But he knows thoroughly, he knows determined that studying English only will help to become a millionaire throughout the or a multimillionaire, and also to get a network throughout the world. That's why what he did was, every day morning he took his bicycle and motorbike to every lodges where the English people stays in Japan. And he himself introduced in some Japanese language and a little bit of English, and started speaking to them every day. ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் அந்த அவங்கள்ட்ட பேச ஆரம்பிச்சான். Slowly but continuously he started learning English, and luckily he got one pen pal. Pen pal means the friend which he met in a hotel, and it started to develop a website with his help in USA. And with that website we make a network with many people, and finally what we did was, he started his Alibaba. Now number one business in the world, Alibaba is a network company, just like the Amazon and Snapdeal, etc. So in his autobiography, Jack Ma says that only because of his communication skill he became a world popular man and the world richest man. So the communication skill is very important soft skill which is needed for the interpersonal attributes. The next one is teamwork. What is teamwork? Teamwork is also an interpersonal attribute or interpersonal soft skill, that is work together. Yes, and there is also a saying in Tamil, Sangam Sheyadu, Sangam Jayum. Sangam means a group of people can achieve anything, but an individual sometimes may not do. Therefore teamwork is also another interpersonal attribute. Then good manners. What are the good manners? Good manners are some of the etiquettes, that is introducing the people, smiling, a handshake. All these are the good manners which are needed for an interpersonal relationship. If you see a person, just make a smile. You never lose anything if you smile at a person. Don't go something stiff and stuff. Then self-confidence. The self-confidence is also equally important as that of that communication skill, because self-confidence always will give you a helping hand, because that will also I can say with an example. There are two Japanese terms. I think you might have heard of these two terms. One is Haikaku and another one is Haisen. Haikaku and Haisen, two Japanese terms. These are given for the self-confidence. Haikaku is the making a radical change, and Haisen is a continuous improvement. Both the Haikaku and Haisen, what they are saying is, first, know your potential and create a vision. Know your potential. உன்கிட்ட என்ன திறமை இருக்கு, அத அடிப்படையில் you create a vision, and based on that vision, that is Haikaku, you have to create Haisen, that is a continuous improvement. அங்க என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்கன்னா, that is mission. So what's the difference between vision and mission? That also I will explain with an example. So you wanted to become an IAS officer. That is your vision. Under potentiality, நல்ல administrative ability, you are having a good administrative ability, so you want to become an IAS officer or an IPS officer. That is your Haikaku. That is a radical change you are going to do by becoming an IPS officer because you know your potentiality. So your vision, you have created a vision of becoming an IPS officer, and in order to achieve that vision, you have to create mission. Mission means short-term achievements, a continuous achievements, continuous improvements. What are the things you have to do? First, you have to join in an academy to prepare for IAS examination. Then you have to write the apply for the examination. Then you have to write the examination. Sometimes you may get the not enough mark in the first time. Again, you have to join the academy, or you have to go yourself alone and read something, again something, read, then again applying, again writing. So these all are the hyphen, that is the mission. So a self-confidence person has both these two Japanese terms. That is, he has to believe that you have to believe in you, that you have the strength and that you have the power. That is, power is within you to achieve anything. So this sort of self-confidence is needed to become a good person. So this is the self-confidence is also another interpersonal soft skill. So these are the 7 soft skills which are in the interpersonal attributes, which will come under the interpersonal attributes. Second one is personal attributes. That is, a person who has to possess. Interpersonal means having a good relationship or a good communication with each other. ஒரு ஆளுக்கும் இன்னொரு ஆளுக்கும் இடையில இருக்கக்கூடிய நல்ல ஒரு உறவை வளர்க்கணும்னா என்னென்ன சாஃப்ட் ஸ்கில் தேவைன்னா எம்பதி, லீடர்ஷிப், கம்யூனிகேஷன், டீம் ஒர்க், குட் மேனேஜ், எபிலிட்டி டு டீச் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ். Now you personally you have to develop the soft skills of optimism, responsibility, sense of humor, integrity, time management, motivation, common sense, etc. Then what is first one is optimism. In the optimism also there are 2 mindsets. What are the 2 mindsets? One is a positive mindset, another one is negative mindset. If your mind is always look at the problems or comes out with the solutions to problems, then do you have a rigid or a fixed or a flexible growth or mindset? You see, based on the answers of these 2 questions, I can say whether you are a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. A growth mindset person may be following the law of abundance, and the fixed mindsets follows the law of poverty of minds. There are 2 laws connected with the optimism. One is law of abundance, another one is law of poverty of minds. What is law of abundance and what is law of poverty of minds? The law of abundance is nothing but believing that the universe is wealth. All resources are available in this world, and we are courageous to take decision. And we are in the mindset of a growth mindset. We can say so many people for this optimistic mindset. And Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, then Mother Teresa, all these people are very good example for this optimistic mindset. Believing that the universe is wealth. At the same time, you are having the pessimistic mindset. That is the poverty of minds. The mind thinks that the resources are scarce. There are no enough resources for our living. That is, your mindset makes that. Then fear to take decisions. Always pessimistic in taking decisions. They are a fixed mindset. That is a depressed mindset. They are always believing luck. That mindset people cannot never improve. So regarding the second personal attribute, you are having the optimistic mindsets. That is the growth mindset. You never allow you to into a that is a closed mindset, open mindset. But in our area, many people are having the closed mindset. எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லியாச்சுன்னா ஊர்ல வில்லேஜில் ஒரு பையனை வந்து மெடிசன் படிக்க வச்சாச்சுன்னா என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, வாட் தே ஆர் செல்லிங், ஓ அப்பம் பெரிய டாக்டர் இல்லை அம்மா பெரிய டாக்டர். தட் இஸ் ஏ க்ளோஸ்ட் மைண்ட் செட். இட் இஸ் நோ நீட் ஆஃப் becoming a person as a doctor. That is his father and mother never becomes the doctors. If the people are telling like that, they are having the closed mindset. But optimistic mindset means you can achieve anything provided you have to follow the law of abundance. Universe is wealth. Universe is wealth. Then second personal attribute needed for the soft skill is, second soft skill needed for the personal attribute is responsibility. That is, in any situation, you never hesitate to take the responsibility, because those persons who are taking responsibility at each level will become the person in the higher position automatically. In so many occasions, people hesitate to take responsibility, but their growth are also like that. Their improvement in life is also that. Like whenever a person takes responsibility, he will automatically become higher. Even in my in a self-financing college, when I was working, the management wanted to appoint a person as the vice principal. When I was the principal of that college, the management asked almost all the 75 teaching staffs to take the responsibility of becoming a vice principal, but nobody hesitated. So people, those who voluntarily take up such a position will come up. They are getting ideas and they will getting the power and everything automatically will come. So take the responsibility is the another personal attribute. Then sense of humor, take everything easily, and that is you see, when your mind is free always, you can extract more work from others, as well as you can also do more. Therefore, always not in a rigid mindset, make a sense of humor. Then integrity. Integrity is the quality, very, very important quality. That is a quality of being honest and having strong willpower. So sometimes if you are having a good integrity, if you are having a good honesty, sometimes you may lose something. But ultimately, those people who are cheated you will automatically get punishment. You will become a good person, provided your integrity and your honesty is good. For a time being, you may be tempted or you may suffer, but don't lose your integrity and don't lose your honesty. So that's a soft skill needed for a personal attribute. Then time management. So I need not explain anything about this time management, because the only point I want to say in this time management is you come on time and go on time. Whenever you enter your institute, you come. If the class starts at 9 o'clock, you come 10 minutes earlier and prepare well. And if your classes ends at 4 o'clock, then you leave 4 or 4:10 or 4:10. So this time management also helps you to become a good person. So that's a soft skill needed. And that is coming on time and leaving the time alone is not time management, but the managing the time more effectively is also time management. That is a very, very important. So I can say an example also. Time management, some people are traveling from the office to their home after finishing the office work at 5 or 6 o'clock and coming home by train. So in order to manage the time, they are cutting the vegetables in the train itself or doing some other small works which has to be done in their home or to be done either in the bus or in the train, that is reading or so making some messages to some friends or so don't wasting the time in after coming to the office or coming to the home. They don't want to waste time, so they are managing time by sitting inside the train or inside the bus, etc. So this is what is known as time management. Then motivation, that is inducing other people to do, that is inspiring minds, inspiring others to do, that also a personal quality, personal soft skill. Then common sense, that you know. Then the next one is IQ and emotional intelligence. So I have to complete a lot of work, lot of points, so I will go a little speed. Regarding IQ and EI, these are the two important soft skills needed for a person to become a great person. One is IQ, intelligent quotient. How do you measure the intelligent quotient? There is a standard formula for calculating the intelligent quotient. Anybody? Any one of the student, please say the formula to find out the IQ. It is MA divided by CA into 100. MA means mental age, CA means chronological age into 100. Mental age means how you behave. 10 வயசு பையன் 15 வயசு பையனை மாதிரி பிஹேவ் பண்ணியாச்சுன்னா his mental age is 15. Then his chronological age is as per the time, that is as per the year of birth, 10. So his into 100, the IQ is 150. So if a person's IQ is more than 100, that is he is known as to be a person of having intelligence. So intelligence மெஷர் பண்ணக்கூடிய ஒரு கோஷியன்ட் தான் ஐக்யூன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது மாதிரி வந்து if a 20-year boy behaves like a 15-year boy, his IQ is 15 divided by 20 into 100, so 75 only. That is less than 100. That means he doesn't possess enough IQ. Therefore, you behave as your age. உன் ஏஜுக்கு ஏற்றபடி நீ வந்து பிஹேவ் பண்ணணும். So that is intelligent quotient. Then emotional intelligence is entirely different from the intelligent quotient. So what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability of the mind and body to maintain equilibrium and flexibility in the face of challenges and changes. This emotional intelligence is very important than the IQ, intelligent quotient, because the ability of the mind and the body to maintain equilibrium. What do you mean by equilibrium? What do you mean by equilibrium? Never lose your temper. Don't come out of the balance. So, ability of the mind and body to maintain equilibrium and flexibility in the face of challenges and change. So, how good is your emotional literacy? What is your level of EQ? Are you able to control your emotions? Do you feel weak before some people? Do you feel intimidated when you meet people who are more powerful or sometimes more stronger than you or sometimes more richer than you? So you have to self-assess. So in order to assess the emotional intelligence, there is 5-point scales having 30 questions. One rating scale, and so many rating scale are there. When you search, go for the emotional intelligence in the website, search for emotional intelligence, so many measuring scales are there. அதில் வந்து அதில் செல்ஃப் ரிப்போர்ட் ஸ்கேலில் ஒன்று இருக்கான். இந்த செல்ஃப் ரிப்போர்ட் ஸ்கேலில் வந்து என்ன கொடுத்துருக்குன்னா ஒரு 40 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கு. அந்த 40 கொஸ்டின்ஸுக்கு நீங்களே ஆன்சர் கண்டுபிடிச்சி பேஸ்ட் ஆன் யுவர் ஆன்சர் யூ கேன் ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் யுவர் எமோஷன்ஸ். த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் ஆர் லைக் தட். My emotions are generally have a strong impact on the way which I behave, or little impact. Then I am generally guided by my goals and values, or others' goals and values. Then when I am under pressure, I generally have changed my behavior from normal, then behaviors that remain unchanged. So in such a way, so many questions are given, and you have to give answers of your own, and based on the answers you are giving, and the rating scale gives the score. And if the score is in the that is acceptable one. Your emotional intelligence is good. Your emotional balance is a good one. Okay, so that is what about the emotional intelligence. The next one is courtesy. What do you mean by courtesy? Courtesy consisting of good manners, considerate behavior, politeness, and thank you notes. What are good manners? What are good manners? Good manners are nothing but etiquettes. What is etiquettes? Etiquettes actually that is a French word. அதோட மீனிங் என்னன்னா ticket. Etiquette means ticket. அதாவது either for a movie or for a program you are getting a ticket provided you are having a socially governing rules or socially acceptable behavior. It is introducing the people, smiling when seeing the people, shaking the hands of others. All these are some of the good etiquettes and good manners. Then a considerate behavior. What do you mean by considerate behavior? Considerate means caring others. அடுத்தவங்களையும் அப்படி ஒரு மனுஷன் மாதிரி கன்சிடர் பண்றது. That is a courtesy. Then politeness. Don't lose your temper. Then thank you notes. Thank you notes means when you receive a reply from others or get a thank you, and when you expect something and you got it, immediately you say thank you, and at the close of email, thank you. So all the thank you notes is a courtesy. That is also a soft skill. Then next one is flexibility. Flexibility means ability to adapt to new situations. So whatever may be the situations, whether it is an old one or a new one, you have to adapt yourself to the changing environment. That is a good soft skill needed for. Then ability to change. Adapt is something different from change. Adapt means இருக்கிறதுக்கு ஒத்து போறது. Then நீயும் மாத்தவும் கொண்டு வரது. That is ability to change. Then good personal appearance, personal hygiene. That is getting up in time, washing the face, then hand washing, then wearing mask. Especially in the COVID situation, this personal hygiene is very essentially needed. So these also are also coming under the soft skills. The neatness of clothing, very good dressing. Then other soft skills includes eye contact. Always when you are meeting a person while going for an interview or meeting people of that is boss or your colleague, making an eye contact, seeing the face of others, that's a good soft skill. Eye contact. Then positive work ethics, that is moral value of work. Then willingness to take the instruction and the responsibility of. Then problem solving, decision making, critical thinking, creativity, time management, negotiation skill, innovation, stress management. Stress management is that is a separate topic to be needed discussion for more than 1 hour. So since time is very limited, now let us go for the hard skills. What do you mean by hard skills? Which I have explained earlier. Soft skill நம்ம வந்து இவ்வளவு நேரம் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். Now let us go for the hard skills. Hard skills are the skills which we are getting in the classroom or which are the training. The hard skill and soft skills are both equally important for getting employment. So you are possessing some soft skills but not possessing this hard skill, sometimes you may not get a job. And you are possessing hard skill but not possessing the soft skill, that is also harm. Therefore you have to give both equal importance to the soft skill also. Hard skill.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, okay, say.
Sir, we are not able to see anything on the screen, sir. Even PPT or your face, we are not able to see anything.
Now only you are saying already some 10 hours, 20, 15 slides over. Okay, now
Yeah,
again,
soft skills and all we saw and it was on the screen. But at present now more than 10 minutes we are not able to see your face or
okay,
anything.
then let me try again. Are you able to see now?
Yes, sir, we are able to see.
Now, yes, okay. Now let us start the hard skills. So now I am giving you some of the hard skills which are highly helpful for the students, because as I said already, unless you know you are specific in one particular hard thing, even though if you are having the soft skills, you may not sometimes earn money. So in order to earning point of view, you have to train yourself in any one. I have given some 35 hard skill courses. That is which are helpful for the students. Now, it is especially for the students to earn a side income. எந்தெந்த ஹார்ட் ஸ்கில்ஸ் படிச்சாச்சுன்னா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு ஒரு சைடு இன்கம் ஏர்ன் பண்ண முடியுங்கிறத நான் இப்போ சொல்கிறேன். இப்போ வந்து ஜஸ்ட்டு எல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு லைனில் அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு போயிடுறேன். ஒன்று வந்து அப்ளிகேஷன் ஆஃப் SPSS பேக்கேஜ், அது வந்து ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்கல் பேக்கேஜ் ஃபார் சோசியல் ஸ்டடீஸ். இது வந்து இப்போ இது வந்து SPSS பேக்கேஜ் படித்தவங்களுக்கு இன்னைக்கு வந்து தேர் இஸ் a good opportunity for the people, those who are knowledge in SPSS package, because the research scholars and those who have completed already research and the MPhil scholars know the importance of this SPSS package. Even some 2 weeks back, when I was in Nevalangani College, some of the old students asked me, sir, where I can study SPSS package? Some students asked me voluntarily. So what I initiated is to encourage the other people to study this SPSS package. There are some institutes which are providing SPSS package. Very good opportunity for the SPSS package. You can study it and you can earn money by sitting in your home once you are getting a very good knowledge in SPSS package, because once you have given the SPSS package for a research scholar, you can get some 25,000-30,000 rupees as a fees. Then AC and refrigerator and repairs and maintenance, there is a hard skill. Then cell phone servicing. The students, you can do any one of these courses. நீங்க படிக்கிற BCom degree or MCom degree, MPhil degree, you can get one side. At the same time, in another side, you can get the income, daily income, if you are having the knowledge of ACA maintenance and refrigeration maintenance, cell phone servicing, audio video technician, bridal makeup, then computer hardware maintenance, repairs and maintenance, spoken English courses, electrical technician, then fast food preparation, then mehendi and flower making, Photoshop, UPS servicing, animation, graphics, apparel making, artwork, painting, bakery products, food production, office automation, interior decoration, web development, then medical coding, medical billing, medical transcription. Very good opportunities for this medical coding, medical billing and medical transcription, because in Western countries, especially in USA, people are not appointing for preparation of billing and writing in their country, because for employing a person in their country as a clerical staff has to give a huge amount of salary. So they are hiring the people from India. So once you have got the knowledge of this medical coding and billing, you can get employed immediately in the call centers. Then multimedia, photography, poultry farming, tailoring, tally, welding, plumbing, e-commerce, DTP courses, earth movers training, embroidery, digital marketing, agri-business. That is a very earning, very good income earning scheme. You know agriculture, you know business, but agri-business. What do you mean by agri-business? You know this murunga leaves, murungakira, you know. When you dry these murunga leaves and make it powder and pack it in murunga powder, many foreigners are searching murunga, where to get murunga powder, and there is huge opportunities for this murunga powder which is produced in India. So that is agri-business. Then herbal, that is organic farming. That is cow dung, or you can dry the cow dung and convert it into manure and organic manure. So these all are the agri-business. Then retail management. So these all are small, simple courses which are available to develop your hard skill. So first, I have given an introduction regarding the soft skill and hard skill. Then what are the various soft skills available that I have discussed second, and third, I have explained what are the hard skills available. Now finally, I will tell you some small thing, that is what are the hard skill training you can get, and what are the financial institutions which are helping a person to come up to start a business. So these all are the things I would like. That is within 5 minutes I will finish everything. So first I will tell you the institutions for technical guidance. One is SIDO, that is Small Industry Development Organization. Second one is DIC. Every district there is one DIC, that is District Industry Center. You can approach there, you can get the training, this DIC. Then TCO, Technical Consultancy Organization. Then SISI, Small Industry Service Institute. Then SSIDC, State Small Industries Development Corporation. Then IDC, Industrial Development Corporation. Then EPICOI, that is Agricultural Promotion and Development Corporation of India. All these are some of the hard skill development training institutes, and some more training institutes are there. That is the NABARD is also a hard skill training institute, that is National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development. Then CAPART, that is Council for Advancements of People Action and Rural Technology. Okay, then and also finally the financial institutions which are helping the people to start off a new venture. That is, after you have got this skill development, training in the skill, or get acquainted yourself skill, you can approach any one of these financial institutions. That is IDBI, Industries Development Bank of India. Then IPCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India. Then SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India. Then NIC, National Small Industries Corporation of India. Then State Small Industries Corporation. Then SFCs, State Financial Corporations. Then SIDCs, State Industrial Development Corporations. Then RRBs, Regional Rural Banks. Then cooperative banks and Grameen banks. From that, you can get the enough financial assistance for starting a new venture, provided you are having enough hard skill and soft skill. So with these points, let me finish my speech. Thank you one and all for having patiently observed my talk. I think it will be more useful for you. And I will give you some time for interactive session. You can clarify. If you are having any doubt, you can clarify now. Students or staff, anybody can ask. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Any doubt?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, it is very useful to us. Students all are asked to your doubts, need more explanation, more clarity. So please ask our your resource person.
Dear students, dear participants, all of you listen. He has already discussed about the soft skill and hard skills. So a lot of information you have gathered and learned. If you have any doubt or if you need to discuss any particular topic, you can ask or you can type in the chat box. He will clear your doubts.
Okay, you can type in the chat box also. I will clear it. There's no comments in the chat box.
Audience, participants, you are not responding. If you don't have any doubt, you just type at least you have no doubts or anything in the chat box.
Yes, please write your comments and feedback about this webinar.
So thank you so much, sir. There is nobody is ready to ask any questions. So I think they are very clear about your topic. So congratulations and thank you so much for your spending time with us today. And you have shared your vast knowledge about the soft skill and hard skill. Thank you so
ma'am.
much for your valuable sharing. Thank you once again and thank you on behalf of our management, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Right. Okay. So, shall I leave now?
Yeah. Okay. Now the vote of thanks. Yes.
Vote of thanks.
The feedback form is on the chat box. All the participants are requested to fill the feedback form. Okay. Now it's a time to give vote of thanks. First of all, I thank our management who has given us an opportunity to conduct this webinar today. Especially a special thanks to our Reverend Father Secretary. Unfortunately, he is not able to come this webinar due to some unavoidable circumstances. So anyway, I thank our Secretary Father who has given a permission to conduct this webinar today. Next, I thank our principal. He has given a support, an advisory support to organize this webinar. So I thank our principal, Dr. Meenakshi Sundararajan from Department of Commerce A2. Next, I thank our presenter, Dr. J. Stephen Davis, Assistant Professor in Commerce, PG and Research Department of Commerce, Kamarajar Government Arts College, Surandai. Sir, thank you so much for your valuable presentation. And we have gathered a lot of information about personal soft skills, personal abilities, interpersonal abilities, and interpersonal abilities. You mainly discuss about the 7 points: empathy, leadership quality, communication skills, teamwork, good manners, ability to teach, self-confidence, and all. We got to know about your soft skill knowledge, and also the hard skill knowledge also. Our students and the participants appeared, they came to know about these hard skills. So thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful presentation and spending your valuable time with us. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Next, I thank our department head, Dr. Ashobha Rani. She has spent her time to do this arrangements and all. So I thank her on behalf of our department. Next, I thank all other staff and the participants, one and all, who have gathered here today's this webinar program. Thank you, one and all. My best wishes to you all. Stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you all. Now the feedback form, all of you fill the feedback